What's up everyone, welcome to another Pineapple Tennis video. Here is a great way to start up your tennis sessions. What we're doing here is dropping down the pace to about 60 to 70%. I'm putting a lot of shape on the ball, really trying to hit low to high and aim for, kind of the middle of the court. My opponent's doing the same. I don't want to move him around too much. He doesn't want to move me around too much, so we can try to get a nice long rally going and get into a rhythm. We're not too concerned if we hit an inch or two out. That's not the point of this. We're really trying to just get the good sensation on the strings, feel the ball, and move our feet. That's really the entire point. This rally goes for somewhere around 70 shots or so. And I think I hit, probably almost all of them, probably 90% of them as backhands, because that is my focus for this day of hitting. What you'll find when you do this is hitting the ball is not as difficult as getting your feet in position to hit the ball. That's really the challenge. This really, at the end of the day, is a movement drill. Hitting is nice and fine, but if you drop down to, whatever your relative level is, if you drop down to 60%, you shouldn't be missing too many shots because of the racket work. You really will find that if you miss, it's because your feet are out of position. As the fatigue starts to set in, which is about here for me in this rally, you'll see that you start using more wrist and more hands to try to get this ball in because your feet are just gone, your legs are gone. And here we go. I'm keeled over, I'm dead, I'm tired. My opponent's walking up like, normal. What's wrong with you? And this is just fatigue on my part. But it's a very important drill. I typically like to do this at the beginning of the session. Just see yourself hit 40, 50, 60, 70 balls in. And that helps so much, both with the confidence to know you're going to hit once you move to point play, and also with the footwork and just getting your body in the right position.
So definitely as I get fatigued.
Here I'm talking about how once I get fatigued, I use my hands and my wrists to kind of make up for everything. And my opponent here is saying, yeah, I want to see you move your body through the ball even when you're tired. And he's absolutely right. Here we do another long rally, and I do believe I hit all of these as backhands. Again, that is my focus for the day. Slightly more confident in the moving here as I'm warmed up now. Really, my focus is nice and high over the net with a decent amount of spin. Just get that ball in big middle, as they say. Aim for a big target in the middle and hit it with a decent amount of racket head speed and spin. Let's go. You love to see it. Both of these have ended with my opponent hitting in the net, which isn't what's important, but, you do love to see it. And as soon as I say that, a shank by me. Love that. As we build into this drill, you'll see we're going a bit more left and right. The racket head speed goes a little bit higher. We go from 60 to 70% to maybe more like 70 to 80, 85. We're not flatlining. We're not trying to win points. We are, however, moving a bit more, hitting a bit more through, hitting a bit more shape, hitting a bit more spin and pace, trying to see if we can accommodate the higher intensity. Now, typically, when we do this kind of thing, we'll do it for about 5 to 10 minutes in the beginning, right? We'll do one very slow, try to hit around 100 balls, maybe move up in intensity, try to hit about 50 balls, maybe move up intensity, try to hit about 30 balls. And that's really about it. If you can hit 30 balls at 85%, then you're good to go, man. I mean, you're going to win most matches you play if you can hit 85% shot, move the ball, move your feet, get in position, and feel solid. That's 95% of tennis done. Okay, at this point, we are basically at 100% intensity. I mean, we are still going for a target that's pretty much big middle, but the racket head speed, the movement, and the penetration and, the spin generation, it's all relatively normal, right? Like, we are playing as if we're playing a match. We're just hitting to the middle of the court. The whole point of this drill, all the way from the beginning, all the way from the onset of trying to hit 100 balls, 70 balls, 50 balls, go down in reps but up in intensity, is get to a point where you're hitting your 100% ball, your match point ball, but you're hitting like 30 of them in, right? Like, that's the whole point of this entire thing. If you can hit 15 match play balls in the court, then you're at the point where you can play a match and probably win. Now, on this particular day, we did this in the second half of our hit, right? Like, we played about an hour before doing this, and I am just gassed. This is one of the big takeaways of this entire video series for me, is learning movement is an issue. Again, I have to lose a lot of weight. I need to get better at movement. I need to be able to do this for 3 hours in a match instead of doing it semi-successfully for an hour and a half before just dying, right? Instead of going to the ball, I start to fall backwards. Instead of taking that extra step, I start to lunge. Instead of being set and solid with rotation through my legs and my trunk and my torso, I start hitting with hands and wrist.
I grew up, like, when I first tried to learn how to hit it, I modeled it after Safin. Just like a straight back, straight through.
So there I was talking about my backhand and how when I first learned how to hit it, my favorite player's backhand at the time was Marat Safin. Oh my God, the lumbering Russian giant Marat Safin, so beautiful. He basically just pulled the backhand straight back and ripped through it. And I, obviously don't hit it like Marat Safin, but that's what I was going for when I first learned how to hit this. And here we are just looking at some backhands. Again, this was my big focus for today's session, and I'm just trying to hit a lot of backhands here, trying to move around, get my feet set, and just kind of get the body and the racket and the strings through the ball on the two-handed backhand. We will do a deeper dive in the backhand very, very soon. I've actually been changing my backhand a lot. I do think it's my better shot. I think the forehand is potentially more of a weapon, but also more of a liability. My backhand typically doesn't miss very much. I feel like I can hit any backhand in the game. I feel very solid on that side, but I have been changing it to maybe sort of be less wrist, be less hands, and just be a bit more kind of modified for the modern game, right? So we'll do a video on that very soon, but here's just a few angles of me hitting some backhands, my two-handed backhand here. I love that shot. And just for fun, I hit a couple one-handed backhands just to make Roger jealous. I do love hitting it just for fun. That one right there was actually a winner, which is surprising. So here we are doing the drill that I talked about in last week's video. And if you didn't see that one, I will link it down in the description below as well as on your screen. But this is my new favorite drill. I'm going to be doing this all summer long. Again, if you didn't see the last week's video, the point of this drill is you have one attacker, you have one defender. The attacker is just trying to make sure that they don't give the same ball twice, right? They want to change the shape, direction, angle, everything to prevent themselves from giving the same ball away 2 times. The defender is just sort of trying to hit big to the middle of the court, trying to sustain the pressure of the attacker. And in this particular drill right now, I am the defender. So I'm trying to hit big to the middle, and my partner here, this is the first time he's actually done this drill. I gave him the exact same directions I'm giving you guys now. I said, hey, move me around, make sure I'm not hitting the same ball twice. So you can see how he does. He's moving me around side to side decently well. He's making me hit forehands and backhands, which is good, but he is sort of hitting a bit too much to the middle here for this drill. Again, we're not trying to win points. We're not trying to, I don't care if the ball goes an inch or two long or, wide. The point is really make the opponent move. If you're the attacker, you're just trying to make the opponent move. You're trying to make them uncomfortable, not get into a rhythm. Don't let them dictate. You're trying to do the dictating. And here my opponent is potentially just a bit too passive with the left and right, potentially a bit too passive with the different shapes. He's not making me work too hard to get this ball back. Guys, again, I really recommend you try this drill. This is probably my favorite drill that translates into match play. All the other drills, you know, they're very niche. They're good for repetitions. They're good for practice, but they don't really translate well into match play. This is my favorite one that I've noticed when I'm actually playing a match. I feel the effects of this drill very well. I still haven't come up with a name for it. I kind of made up this drill a few weeks ago, and I've been playing it with all my friends, but I don't know. What do you guys think? In the comments, let me know if there's a good name for this drill. Once again, the legs are gone. We're just dying. These long points really take it out of you. Man, they just burn deep in the legs and make it so much harder to play the next point and the next point.
You'll see the difference. Yeah. Even when you were trying to move me, you were more or less through. Yeah. I'm going to be more open.
So we just switched positions. I am now the attacker, and I just let him know that as he was playing as the attacker, he was going more through me, and I'm going to go a lot more left and right, and that's what you can see here. Again, my whole purpose of this is to not let him hit the same ball twice. You know, sometimes I'm more successful, sometimes I'm less successful, but the point is I am really going for shape, height over the net, and moving him around. Now, luckily, my opponent here is super fit. This guy can run forever. So I'm able to actually move him left and right, and I'm the one in trouble because he gets to every ball and he somehow gets them all back in play. The drill we did in the beginning of this video helps a lot. Again, if you can hit 70 balls, 50 balls, 30 balls at 60%, then 80%, then 90% intensity, then you can do this drill very well. You can move the ball left and right. You can get your feet in the right position. You can do exactly what it is that you want to do. But it all starts with a good foundation. Get a lot of reps in. Hit a lot of balls in the court. Move them around. Get your feet set under you. This is the key, guys. Movement is 95% of tennis. On this particular day, it was a bit windy. I was really struggling getting him out to the forehand side. My cross-court forehand, you could see the flags moving around in the wind. I couldn't get it to go very far to the left of the court. Oh yeah, this translates so well into singles points play. Just seeing what bothers your opponent, creating the shape, the depth, the transitions, keeping them off balance. This is the best drill, guys. Just keep working at this. I love it. One last point for this drill. Again, a lot of shape, a lot of depth, moving him left and right. He's dying at this point, man. This drill takes out your legs. I love it. It's such a good drill. All right, now let's watch a few points being played out after doing these drills. This is towards the end of our session, so I am quite fatigued, and you'll see a few of these not go my way just because of pure legs and lack of movement. But After having a nice warm-up where you see yourself hit a bunch of balls solidly in the court, then you have a drill like the one I just showed where you're working on different shapes and angles and moving around yourself and your opponent. When you go to actually play points, I find that you just have that extra 10% confidence going for the nice angle, or just getting it to the other side of the court like I do with this backhand here, and just moving the ball around. The points become a bit more dynamic from both players. You get better shape and clearance over the net, a bit more spin, a bit more movement. I love it.
Yeah.
Now that mistake there is just purely one extra step that I failed to make because I'm tired. We still have to talk about strings as well. Pretty much every session I play now, I'm trying out 1 or 2 different strings. I've probably tried 30 or 40 different strings and string combinations over the last 6 months or so. And as soon as I align on which one I'm going to go with going forward, I'll make a nice gear video for everyone. Oh, this one hurt. I missed that by like 2 inches. But other than that, I think I made the nice run and I went for the right shot. It makes me feel good when my backhand can sustain the pressure of my opponent's multiple forehands in a row like that. We have a few more videos coming out in the weeks to come on some movement drills, some nice footwork drills to improve your movement. That's probably the thing I need the most watching these points back. But also how I warm up for a tennis session, right? What do I do 10 minutes before I get on court? My dynamic stretching, my warm up, my elastic bands, my short court with my opponent, what I'm focusing on, how I try to get my body ready to have a nice, good session, a focused practice. We're also going to dive into backhand technique. We're also going to look at serve technique. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff on the way. So if this kind of content is exciting for you, if you're getting any value out of it, please go ahead and like and subscribe to the video. That helps a lot, and you'll be notified when those videos do come out in the very, very near future. So just to summarize, give yourself a nice warm-up. Be consistent in the beginning. Be solid. Hit a bunch of balls in. Then work on some drills. Work on your shape. Work on your movement. And when you get to being able to play matches, you're going to feel so much more confident moving, running, hitting, moving your opponent, and you're just going to feel really solid. I'll leave you guys with a couple of forehand winners to close out this week's video. Thank you guys for watching. We have a lot of exciting stuff coming out in the near future, and on to the next one.